We are charged with great responsibility, and we take it seriously. Beloved Creator, we challenge others in high positions to do the same when they fail to question or acknowledge the damage their decisions and actions have done and are doing to so many who blindly trust and entrust their very lives to them. We do it for our children, and we do it for all the children. We stand firm in support of the people. We stand firm in our faith that goodness and truth will prevail. And we speak out and we shine our light and our love in the name of all that is good and righteous. Let it be so. And so it is.
Thank you, Charlie. Hello, my name's Ron Vroman. I'm the old white man talking head for the Oregon Statewide Jural Assembly. I have some information. I want to lay it out for you and then unpack it a little bit. We hold these truths to be self-evident. When in the course of human events it becomes necessary for one people to, one, dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another, and two, to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitled them, a decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should, three, declare the causes which impel them to their separation. Okay, unpacking that a little bit. We, the Oregon Statewide Jural Assembly, decided that we had had enough individually, and then we found each other and did it together. But we have to do what it said to do in the start of the unanimous Constitution of the 13 United States of America. They did it with England, and Oregon is doing it with the United States of Washington, District of Columbia, Inc. We will not be a party to that, and neither will we be a party to the state of Oregon, all caps state of Oregon, the de facto color of law incorporated governance running out of Salem, without an oath, without a bond. Oath breakers with no honor and may not hold a position of trust, just period. So that unpacked that one for you. Over the last 5 years, our Article 1, Section 1 social compact, okay. Article 1, Section 1 social compact, we declare that all men, when they form a social compact, we did that. Most people don't even know how or think about it, are equal in right, and that all power is inherent in the people, and all free governments are founded on their authority. That's our authority, me and you. They're not given authority. We give authority. They accept or reject or go rogue. And instituted for their peace, safety, and happiness, and they have at all times the right to alter, reform, or abolish the government in such manner as they may think proper. I'll unpack that. Most people read that and see the words and don't know what to do. We read it, saw the words, accepted the challenge, did the work, and formed a social compact, and we did all the work. We're also known as the Oregon Statewide Jural Assembly, and we have established these facts. Now I'm going to read off 8 of them, and they're established. It's not play pretend. This is real. This is not digital. It's all published, signed, sealed, stamped, witnessed, and delivered. Proof of service. Oregon is the last of the several states of the Confederation and Perpetual Union styled the United States of America's Constitution circa 1859. The Constitution was designed to be an amended and changed document from the beginning. The Articles of Confederation that it is an article of was not easy to govern with. So they changed it. And the Confederation and Perpetual Union is what owns the name the United States of America, and they are the ones that created the Constitution. So it is their Constitution. And as we are they, it is our Constitution. As it was made to be changed, the first one was changed immediately with 10 amendments, Bill of Rights. Then they changed it 3 more times. Then all kinds of things happened. But we actually had a constitutional Republican form of government, however good or bad it was, from 1776 until 1861, March. South Carolina broke the Perpetual Union for the second time. Rhode Island and Providence Plantation broke it the first time and returned. This causes color of law from 24 December 1860. Things were really bad. They didn't know what to do. It was a horrible situation. Free and slave and black and white, and oh my God, it was terrible. They fought and did all kinds of horrible things. One of the horrible things was they stole the United States of America and put it on a shelf and gave us a substitute. We're getting rid of the substitute and going back for the real thing. The only way out is straight ahead. So South Carolina broke it. That means we got to get South Carolina back into the fold of the 33 states. When you get that, you have a original jurisdiction. Then you can form a Congress assembled and actually do the real work, not the de facto work that they're doing in Washington and Salem and Sacramento and all sorts of places. Clean it up. Do it right. It's all written down. There's no secrets. It's just ignorance. Number 3, March 1861, the start of martial law. Remember, they closed Congress because they didn't have a quorum. So many southern states had left the Union that they didn't have a government anymore. They didn't have a quorum. They were broken. And Lincoln wouldn't abide with that and set the feds with guns, and the whole thing went to hell until Grant and Lee had an armistice. It was never a war. It was a horrible conflagration. So anyhow, March 1861, the start of martial law, later codified with Executive Order 100, Lincoln. In it is the Lieber Code, and the Lieber Code says exactly how martial law will function. And they did it. Later on, they created FEMA in their de facto form of government that means absolutely nothing to us. And this was all verified by the U.S. Army 6 months ago. And it was still in effect in 2018 when the Army updated their code of how to operate martial law, which is everywhere except Oregon. Number 4, a guy named Matthew Deedy wrote 2 Oregon history books. They were paid for by the Oregon legislature, official printer. Both of them were frauds. In both of them, it says that 13 Tona, the Anti-Title of Nobility Act, was not legitimate, and it was legitimate. But both those books were written after Grant and Lee had their armistice. And Oregon had already decided they were going federal all the way. And they faked the original Oregon statehood documents to favor the United States of Washington District of Columbia, Inc., created by attorneys, an industrial military complex. The current title, Amendment 13 and 14, are both bogus. The next one, Article 7, amended and original in the Oregon Constitution, November 8, 1910, was unlawfully added to our Oregon Constitution, causing a de facto equals illegal and illegitimate governance. Black's Law, page 416. De facto is illegal and illegitimate. De jure is lawful and constitutional. Government is not incorporated, and we have a document that says the city of Portland is a subdivision of the county of Multnomah, is a subdivision of the state of Oregon, is a subdivision of the United States. That's not true. That's a lie. Barky dogs. Okay. So they started defrauding us on Oregon November 8th, 1910. They've had 113 years of defrauding the people and operating a criminal enterprise. That's unpacking it. 6, June 2018, our Oregon Statewide Jural Assembly established the First Amendment Assembly, and petitioned for redress of grievance. And we established Article 1, Section 1, a social compact, and I read that. And we became the de jure provisional government on Oregon, lawfully and legitimately. Number 7, a jury pool was formed by the de jure men and women on Oregon. To do the job, you have to have a jury pool. And the secretary must be able to call the jury pool and have a jury show up to do the job that the jury was called for. One of them is a grand jury. The other is a petite or trial jury. We've had 6 grand juries with presentments and true bills, several of them. 3,435 presentments on just 2 cases, and that doesn't count all the rest of the stuff. Then there's true bills. For a man to go against the state constitutionally for remedy, the only place open is Article 3. You read the United States of America's Constitution, Article 3, and that's where we go against the state with a chance for remedy. Then when you read that and you find that you need a one Supreme Court, small o, small s, capital C, to do that, then you read a little further and you find out to eliminate martial law, you have to have Lieber Code, which is a civilian court of record. That wasn't hard. We did that too. So then you have a civilian court of record. Then to have a trial, you have to have a court. Our court is Article 3, one Supreme Court claiming original jurisdiction found in Amendment 7. Remember that the First Amendment's the Bill of Rights, Article 7, that pesky one that says common law, not admiralty, not any other kind of law. It says common law, and it will be a jury, no judge, because it's over $20. Judge and less than $20. And the verdict of that jury is without appeal in fact. It is the Supreme Court. SCOTUS has play only in the United States of Washington District of Columbia and its forts, ports, and needful buildings. Doesn't mean shit on Oregon. The next one. We've had 5 lawful Article 3, Amendment 7 trials. We have eliminated 1 governor, 2 U.S. senators, 1 House rep, 89 Oregon legislature, the entire judiciary, 36 sheriffs, 42 executive by name, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Been at this 5 years doing the hard work. They're oath breakers without honor, and they're unfit for a position of trust. They have to be removed or they have to take a proper oath. There is not one proper oath to a proper constitution, with God included, among those required to have an oath or a bond on Oregon. Now it's up to you. We are not deceived. All those involved are hereby notified. If you want to occupy an office or a position where an oath is required, you will take a proper oath or you'll be removed. Without proof of a proper oath, you may not receive remuneration. So, there is the felony. If you take a paycheck when you're not authorized to take a paycheck, and you've been told you're not authorized to take a paycheck, but you take one anyhow, then that's a felony. And if you know that it has been done, and you're in a position in state of Oregon or county of Marion, and you don't have to take an oath, but you're a clerk or you're a park or roadside worker or an engineer, and you know that others that are supposed to have an oath don't have a proper oath, then that's misprision of felony. You knew about the felony and didn't do jack. That makes you guilty. Then, after you know about the felony and don't do anything about the felony, that makes you an accessory after the fact. And accessory after the fact morphs into, automatically changes into misprision of treason. These people are bound by oath to government and the Constitution, and when they do not do their proper job, that's treason. It only takes two of us to declare one of them treasonous. It's not a big deal, not hard to do. These people have to clean up or remove themselves from office. And I yield.
They do not want to let go of this. They do not intend on losing here. And we do not intend giving it back to them.
And then the bullets started flying, and then he jumps out of the car, and he's got both his hands up. And he got out of the car, and he had his hands in the air. He's like, just shoot me then. This is what you want, just shoot me. And they did. They shot him dead. With his hands in the air, and I saw it. I swear to God. He was just walking with his hands in the air. And they shot him. And they shot him dead, and then after he was down on the ground, shot him 3 more times.